What's happening? This is Jamie Webster and we're doing a track by track of my new album We Get By in Part1 Studios. Track 1, Down the Road. It's a song really about people pretending to come from places that they don't come from. You know, they've got a perfectly solid platform in life, do you know what I mean? You've had things that others haven't, and instead they try and pretend and act and mix and get mixed up in that world that's really not for them. It was a song that I was actually going to throw away on the album because, and on its own, didn't think it carried as much weight as it does with the band. I've come to doing a few demos in the Corals cave in over the water with my bass player Tim, and I played him Down the Road first, you know, on the acoustic, and straight away he said, well, why is that a throwaway? He said, with a bit of, you know, with drums and bass and a bit of production on that, he said, that'll sound great. He said, I can hear it already, and you know, I suppose it's lucky to be able to work with people like that, and you know, from what it was as an acoustic track to what it is with the band, it's a completely different song, and yeah, I'm made up with how it sounds, and you know, it went from being, you know, a throwaway to a fan favourite of mine, and a first on the album, really, one of the first on the album, and the first track, so yeah, made up with how it is, and the reception so far since it's been out has been great, and let's hope it cracks on. Yeah, so track 2, Living for Yesterday, it follows it's a similar sort of path to Down the Road in what I'm saying in the lyrics, and that, like, the idea that what you're wearing goes further than who you actually are as a person and stuff like that, and they live this life that they can't really afford to live. It's sort of that champagne lifestyle, lemonade wages, sort of, so to speak. It baffles me in ways, but at the same time, it goes on to they can't really help this because of everything that's sort of pushed towards them in this day and age. That's where the chorus comes. It's dreams, the easy life, it can't be tamed, and you know, they are just products of this game that we call life and society. So it's sort of like most of my songs, it's got the contrast of the two worlds, and you know, obviously the criticisms of it, but then also, you know, the harsh reality of that's what most people know these days. So is it really their fault? So track 3, Change. It's a song I wrote when I was about maybe 20, 21. I remember actually being sat in one of my mates at the time, being sat in his bedroom. There was a few of us sat off, he had like a loft room, and I was playing the guitar, and I remember at the time I was sort of gaining that political mindset that I've got now. I was sort of really raw and new into that sort of way of thinking. I heard the first line, it was sort of just come to me in my head, and I remember getting off and just saying to all the lads, like, I'm going, you know what I mean, I'll see you tomorrow. And I went home and sat in my room and wrote the tune. Stop Living Blind is, I remember I'd just sort of got me rehearsal space back, and you know, I knew I was going to be working with the label and stuff like that. I was still working as an electrician, and I decided that one day a week I was going to drop a day's work on site to just sit in the music room and write a song, at least one song a week. And the first time I'd done that, I wrote Stop Living Blind. And yeah, the lyrics again, pretty self-explanatory. It's just about, you know, not conforming to what you see on the TV all the time, not seeing all these things on the television such as reality TV shows and, you know, even influencers on Instagram and stuff like that. It's not real life, it's not what you should sort of strive to be like, it's not what you should set your life to be out like, because life isn't like that, life's real. And you know, visit places, meet people, do you know what I mean? Try and just be happy with the things that you have around you and stuff like that. That's what life's about. Don't live blind by being, you know, looking down these channels that are really just a load of bollocks. Out on the Street, it's actually a song that I wrote like 2 weeks before I recorded it. I wrote it when I finished the tour I'd done in February. It was literally I'd say about a month before I recorded it. The lyrics are pretty self-explanatory. It's about, you know, again, preventing people slipping through those cracks into homelessness and, you know, alcoholism, drug addiction, and living that sort of road life on the streets. You know, it shouldn't be this way really, and it's being made to keep this way so that the rich can stay rich, and so that people like us can stay in our bubble, and so that the people in worse situations from us have hardly got a chance of getting out of that mould. And you know, I feel you can, if you've listened to the album, you can tell how strongly I feel about these sorts of things. If you've met me as a person, you'll know how strongly I feel about those sorts of things. If you see me at my gigs, you'll also know. And Out on the Street is another one of those songs that really drives home my sort of political agenda. The Joker, this is my favourite song off the album. I had the sort of chord progression and the picking style and all the vocal melody arranged in my head for weeks, even months. And I trialled a few sort of themes to go for lyrics to go with the song. One of them was, you know, homelessness, which again, it's a very, very powerful subject and a very important subject, but it just didn't flow right with the song. It didn't feel right when I was sort of singing the words, and I went to the pictures with my bird just literally to get away from it, because it was getting me down a little bit. It was like, you know, I was thinking, I've got this track here and I just can't, you know, I want it to be there for the album. I need to get it done, and you know, I need to get it right. And I remember we went to see the Joker, the film, me and my bird, and we were sort of sat there watching in the first couple of minutes. It just gripped me straight away, the film, and the concept hit me before the film was even a quarter of the way through what they were getting at. I thought it was so clever. It's the idea that someone's got to be abandoned so many times by the system before they turn into a villain and the Joker, or a Joker, and you know, how many times does someone have to knock on the door before they slip through the cracks? And you know, how we as people sort of, without even realising what we're doing and realising what these people are going through, you know, we don't see it. Even if someone's laughing all the time and putting on that brave face and they seem over happy when you see them. Why is that? And why isn't there comedy always to our subject? And it was just, the ideas just started coming to me as I was sat in the film. And I remember being sat there and a few people were giving me snarls in this sort of picture room because I was sat with my phone on, making notes for lyrics and stuff like that.